What's up, everybody? Episode 51. You know, like getting over that episode 50 hump is something to say. It hasn't been done in a while on our beautiful channel here. So, really happy to get over that hump and kind of do, just go beyond, right? Go beyond. It's great. It's great. I got to get my wool out. I set up a little rancher here, and as you can see, the old wool, it comes pretty fast and furious with all these sheepies in here. Very fast and furious. Probably should have set it up aeons ago, but that's okay. You live, you learn. You live, you learn. Anyways, let's go take a quick gander at said extreme reactor, right? Now, I put it in the basement, and I'm a little upset about that, actually. When I started thinking about it after the fact, I'm like, why did I put it in the basement? It would have been so nice to have it on display. But anyways, as you can see, we have a buffer that is rising at the moment. I've configured it to about 54% rod insertion for what we currently need. Now at nighttime it drops a little bit, but not very much, just because the solar panels turn off, and away we go. Down here we have an automatic extract of cyanite and keeping uranium at all times in the reactor. I've also rewired it so all of our output channel is coming down and out into our ME, as well as, of course, the XNet system that we have, and all of our input is ending up in these two right here. Make sense? I hope so. I hope so, because it makes sense to me. Ultimately, what it's doing is we have 100% power. No issues whatsoever on the power. I actually removed the biogens as well, because I could, more than anything. We're really not using anything else at all right now. So, yeah, this whole base right now is pretty much supplied on that one reactor. And I think these guys are running. Yeah. Not even at full, right? The three of them, it's like 2.25. So we got a lot of power that we can kind of go, right? We can really ramp this thing up as need be. But the nice thing about it is if I were to go run the digital miner, for example, with my current setup, right, I could grab my stuff and I could go place my digital miner down, and we can easily get a lot of loot from it, okay? And we really shouldn't have too much of an issue to do this, okay? That's at least my thought process. Anyways, I'm actually going to jump over here. We'll place it down over in the sandy section. Haven't gone over here in a while, so yeah. So this is pretty straightforward, very easy for us to do now, which is great. And we can get ourselves whatever we want, whenever we want, and have more than enough power to kind of compensate for it. So all good things, all very, very good things. I don't have like a quantum entangloporter or anything like that to automatically power my digital miner, but maybe that's something we can look at getting or start looking at as we go here. So yeah. Anyways, because I'm on vacation, I didn't read all of your comments before doing this video, but I'll definitely be reading them about this section and what to do with it. I'm thinking we're going to move it over. I'm really thinking that's going to be the answer there. But that's not what we're working on today. That is not what we're working on. Episode 51, it's a good, important, big episode. And why do I say that? Well, I think I briefly mentioned, I had my blood magic stuff up here, and I'm like, it'd be kind of cool to have the altar up on this hill. And yes, that would be cool. But it's not at the same time. And same thing with the Botania. I'm like, yeah, we can have the Botania stuff down here, and, it'd be kind of cool. Well, I hate this. This doesn't work for me. Doesn't work for me at all. I also need a better setup for our bees overall. Like, we have this small little itty-bitty section here for the bees, and it's just none of this is jiving well for me. So I got some TNT. What are we going to do with it? We're going to blow some stuff up. What I'm thinking is, and, well, we might have to see it to believe it, if not to be too cliche, I guess. But what I'm thinking is, we're going to blow some stuff up, okay? We're going to pretend that this is like Terraria for a minute, and this is the fastest way to mine, just by blowing it up, okay? Simple as that. So what we're going to do here is I'm just going to light a whole bunch of this. We're going straight down for a little bit. Yeah, that's such a big boom. I love it. I love it. We don't blow stuff up very often on this channel. I'm not really a blowy-uppy person, to be honest. But, yeah. Anyways, so we're going to kind of build this big hole, right? Or at least this is my thought process here. A larger hole that, that's not good. That's really not good. Okay, we need cobble, diorite, andesite, gravel, granite, sand, netherrack, oakwood, dirt. That's what we need. We need some dirt. There we go. There we go. Nailed it. All right. But what I'm thinking is kind of like a descent into what will be like a secret garden. I think it could be really, really cool. It could look pretty darn nice. So I kind of want to get this going. I'm going to blow up some more stuff. We got a lot to blow up. Luckily, I have some of this obsidian TNT. But as you can see, now that we're getting a little bit more into the thicker stone, it's not really blowing up as nicely, if you catch my drift. We need it to be bigger than that little section, right? There we go. That was better. That was better. I like it. Yeah. Yeah. Now we're rolling. Now we're rolling. Okay. So what we're going to be doing here is we're going to have this nice little garden. I'm thinking tunnel through this hill and down into a secret garden. Okay. So the secret garden as a whole is going to be pretty big. I want this to mostly be for our magical stuff. And I want it to be for pretty much all of our magical stuff. Not just the one thing or the other. I want this to be for pretty much everything. So it's going to be pretty big. It's got to be pretty big. Okay? And it's going to take a lot of work to clean this all out. But I also want a little bit of that rough cave feel. So as we go here, you're going to see a little bit more of this. And yeah. Yeah. Away we go. More booms. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. Boom, boom. There we go. Look at that. Making some really good progress here. I'm really happy with the shape that's kind of coming out. I want it to be basically just underneath the surface, like we're getting right here. This kind of effect there. I want it to feel almost like we're coming down into a bigger cavern. So that'll work really, really good. We got some nice gravel. That'll make a really big hole for a bit here. So, yeah, really, really happy with the way that this is turning out. This obsidian TNT, had to use it for something, right? Quest reward, let's go, you know? Got to use this stuff. Really? Really? Are you here to get bloated up? I think so. I think so. I think you are. Let's see. Yeah, that should go right there. Hi. Hello. Boom. Bye-bye. Beautiful. I love it. I love it. Just play with TNT. Don't mind me. No big deal. All right. So, yeah, we're getting the nice effect. I need to kind of carve out the side wall a little bit more. I'm liking the angles, though, that we're hitting here. The angles are pretty good. I think, for the most part, it's coming around pretty nice. Apparently, there's a cave here. Maybe we can use that to our advantage. Kind of build into it a little bit. That'll probably work pretty good. And yeah, so I'm going to finish up the cave, and then we'll see it once it's done. All right, so I've got the cave pretty much done. I like the way it looks. I mean, there's a lot of cleaning up and stuff that we need to do with it. But I also dug out the tunnel. And one of the things that I'm doing now is just a little bit of design work. And we're using this wonderful tool that I got called the Resonant Exchanger. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm running through, and I'm slowly but surely converting all of my walls to the block that I want. Pretty straightforward, right? Pretty darn stellar, if you ask me. So I have this on a 5x5 mode with on plane, just to get all the stuff that I want to. Now, sadly, the dank null does not. It doesn't work with this, right? So that's something to keep in mind. But basically, everything else should work pretty darn nicely for you to exchange out some of your blocks quite quickly with this exchanger, right? Very easy, very nice, very clean, right? As you can see, that was extremely quick, fast, and efficient. I think the only concern is when you run out of blocks, which we're getting close to. But anyways, what we did here is we have ourselves a beautiful little cave entrance, right? There we go. As you can see it now, in all of its glory. Boom. Man, this is so powerful. And we're out of blocks. We're out of blocks. Oh no, we're out of blocks. It's so clean though, right? Like, it's so fast to just kind of exchange things that quickly. It's great. I love it. I love it. All right, let's put as much of this stuff away as we can. The rest of it, we'll just do this, and we'll pick it up with the dank null anyways. Beautiful. Those allium flowers, we're just going to trash can. Beautiful. All right, I'm down to like 0 at this point of our andesite, but that's okay. We've probably overused it, to be honest. But I'm going to try my best to kind of differentiate this one a little bit more than maybe some of the others that I have. I don't want this to be a full, like, andesite, setup. This is supposed to be magical. It's going to be magical. The only thing is like the tunnel into it is man-made, right? We made this tunnel into this vast, cool, awesome, unique landscape, right? That's my thought process behind it. So we built this tunnel. We built this tunnel. We built this tunnel. Exactly. We built this tunnel to get into this area. But now that we're in it, well, now we're with nature. We're with nature now, right? That's my thought process. Okay, good. So it looks like a man-made tunnel. That's exactly the look I was going for. And it does. Narrow, pretty much a utilitarian tunnel. Nothing too crazy for the most part. But once we get into this area, this is where things could potentially get a little bit more unique. Now, this is going to be interesting. How am I going to pull this off? Great question. The look and the feel that I want is not going to be easy to pull off. It's going to take a lot of time and dedication on my part. And I hope to include you all as well in a good portion of what it is I'm building here. Okay? And what is it that I'm building? Well, right now we're building a cave, right? There's no better way to kind of say it than that. We are building a cave that's going to rival the likes of any other cave you can think of. But this cave is special, okay? And the reason that this cave is special is because it's not a fully enclosed cave. It's going to be open, but a portion of it is closed off, okay? So think of it like a thin layer, of stuff, just kind of like so. right? Nothing, of course, I got to fancy this up on both sides, but just a thin layer of dirt or soil has managed to kind of stay intact from underneath. Think of it kind of like a half moon, right? And this dirt is acting as kind of a little enclave to keep everything perfect, okay? Or at least this is my thought process, all right? I'm still kind of planning it a little bit as we're building here. But my thought process is that this beautiful little cave is going to have a nice little immersive feel. And the way that I think of it is, you know, like if you've ever played any tabletop or, you know, a lot of the RPGs out there, you know, Baldur's Gate 3 was recently announced, right? And kind of when I think of like a natural cave, I think of something usually like this when your group or your party comes through this tunnel and there's this vast open expanse that is just kind of in front of you with, you know, overhanging dirt and you know, world type thing, but it almost looks like it's been shattered from the underneath, you know. That's kind of like the thought process here that I'm going with. I was thinking originally we could find like a dragon cave and just use that, but I think that this is going to work out better overall once we get it a little bit more handcrafted, right? And the other thing too is I wanted it to be near my base, and there was no dragons near my base, so why not just build our own little cave, our own little cavern? The other thing too with those dragon nests or whatever they're called, they're too rigid, right? They're too uniform. This one needs to be a little bit more erratic, which can usually come a little bit more so with the hand placement of blocks compared to, you know, the auto-generated stuff. So yeah, there's a few little minor details. I mean, I don't want like floating blocks for the most part in some areas, stuff like that. We'll fill in. Those are just more from the explosions more than anything else. I am liking this kind of rough and rigid section through here. And then we can kind of sort of see that we've entered this big, vast area underneath with this tunnel, which would be pretty cool. So, yeah, a lot of good things already started here. I'm going to keep working. We're going to need like vines. We're going to need grass down there. We're going to need a lot of little details to fully finish this out, as well as apparently a lot of torches. Apparently. So let me get a few things together, and I think we're going to use this exchanger quite a bit for this because it's going to be very useful overall for a lot of this stuff. So we'll do this. Is this grass? That is grass. That's good. Okay, we can take that. But I was also thinking of going and getting some of that origin grass. Something a little bit more magical. I think that's what I'm going to do. We're going to get some origin grass from one of those origin islands. So I'm going to go get some grass from one of those islands and work a little bit more on the tunnel. All right, so it's been a bit. Those kick in only when I put this back down, so that's good to know. Anyways, everything's working perfectly. No issues whatsoever. It's great. I love having this reactor. I'm so glad I spent all of those resources on it. It really makes a big difference. So, I'm not going to say I'm done, because I'm not done. I am so far from done, it's not even funny. But we are at a stage here where at least a lot of it's been put down, as you can see. So you come into this cave, and you see this nice green with this open to above type scenario. Now, I need this origin grass block to expand and to spread onto all this dirt and whatnot, right? But yeah, it's going to take a little bit of time. I'm also thinking I should get some of those origin trees and stuff like that in there. And I'm not positive on how far up I want things to go on like the walls and such yet. There's still a little bit that I want to kind of figure out as I go there. So there's a lot of good details here. I don't mind my little overhang. It needs a little bit of work over there. Yeah, it does. Not gonna lie. So yeah. Am I out, like flat out of dirt? Yeah, I'm straight up out of dirt. Okay. So yeah, I need to kind of clean that up a little bit more. And yeah, and then we need to make it more wet. I can't think of a better term than that, but just like dense, you know, like not jungle. I don't think I have any vines. Lily pad and a mana pool with a transmutation. Lily. Oh boy, I barely have any of those too. But yeah, we need to include things like water and vines and sugar cane and kind of make it a little bit more living. I was also thinking that I'm going to design so that this pond here kind of trickles underneath, right? I don't want it to like waterfall in here, but that could have been one of the reasons why we had some of this growth or some of this cave erode out over time. There's a lot of little things that I'm thinking about doing in here, which can make a pretty big difference overall. So, yeah, there's a lot of little details. I'll probably go farm. Yeah, I need to go farm some stuff. I'm also thinking, I'm debating pulling up this origin grass down here and making this like a little lake. So let's actually explore that for a quick second here. The problem with that is, this is going to be a pain. Oh well. We got to do it. Got to do it manually. It's fine. It's fine. I want to save as much of this stuff as I can. I basically made an entire island quite naked of all of its grass with vein miner already. So I do know the power of it, and I don't want to end up ripping up like the entire base here. So yeah, just one of those things. So let's do this. I'm going to pull all this up. Oh yeah, I'm mining fatigue because I slept on the mat. I'm like, why am I mining so slow? Can we get rid of it? Thanks. That'd be great. So yeah, so for the most part, I want to rip all this out. There you go. We have that torch now. Now this is going to become a lake. So let's lakeify it. We will lakeify this like no lakes have ever been made before. And this is going to kind of add a little bit to, you know, some of the dampness that I was just talking about, right? Where we now have this lake. Hello? How does this thing even work? Does that work? I just want to place water. Hello? Okay. Okay. I'm done with that. Okay. Bucket. Look at that. It's like a bucket. There you go. That's how you're supposed to bucket things. Other bucket. Unbelievable. Teaching a bucket how to bucket. But yeah, so we're going to just quickly make this a nice little lake. I'm kind of playing around, seeing how things are feeling. Let's go up one more level. It's a big lake. It's a big lake. It's a ginormous lake. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Excellent. Boom, boom, boom. And fill her all in. Beautiful. So yeah, kind of like this. I mean, we can do things like this too, with little pockets of water here and there, with different stuff. This will obviously be origin grass, like so. So there's a lot of good little details that we can kind of add in here. Now, most of this is naturally blown out, right? And now I'm thinking, we need this. I'm just curious. So this is lake, right? Right here? Yeah. Where does this go? If I just release it. It goes the wrong way. That's which way it goes. You silly. You silly. Okay. That's fine. Basalt stone. So what if I do this and this just for a quick sec? I want to get rid of this water. I mean, that's a pretty cool little way down into that little thing there, but I kind of want it to go into that. So let's see if we can't get it to go to the desired direction. Okay. Nope, still wants to go that way. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, sure, sure. Why would you want to go the other way? Why would you? Makes no sense. Well, I just did that too quickly. Ooh, maybe this. Maybe. Okay. Okay. That has potential. Right? Maybe. Let's just let this collect up a little bit. And we'll kind of explore from there. Let's torch while we wait. Let's torch while we wait. I would like this to at least be not bad guys falling in on me all the time. I've actually debated, I wonder if we shouldn't put like glass or something on top of this, like a nice clear see-through kind of glass or something like that. Could look pretty stellar overall, but yeah, one of those things. Okay, what if I remove you now? You still come down into that little crevice. Okay, that's fine actually. You know what? We're going to work with that. And we're going to do this. Yeah, okay. And you. Very good. And you. You wouldn't grow there. You wouldn't be there. So something like that where this has come down, obviously. It has formed its own little pathway, right? For the most part. I mean, I might have to blend this in just a little bit more. You know, to kind of make it look like we didn't just build this ourselves. If you know what I mean. If you catch my drift. Something along those lines. A little bit of gravel there that adds to the effect that we didn't build this ourselves. Which is good. And some of this does as well. So that's great. But yeah, something like that. Get ourselves a little waterfall coming in. Now you can start to see, you know, you can see this water that's trickled in. You know, you see that it's gone down here. I mean, I got to clean this up a little bit more than what it currently is, I think. Like this guy needs to come out and kind of, no, don't place it back in the exact same spot. Kind of go like there instead. And some of this needs to funnel out as well so that we can kind of get a little bit more of a, you know, a nice kind of setup going on here, right? Something along those lines. I'll fill that in with dirt once I get more of it on me, you know, but kind of get some of that natural flowing water going into this little pond. Get some sugar canes, get some life, get some of those lily pads, stuff like that. Kind of make it a little bit more swampy, right? A little bit more swampy. So anyways, that's going to be it for today. I know, right? We didn't even do much, but it's that time. You know, this stuff takes a long time to kind of explain. And those of you that watch like vanilla Minecraft and stuff like that, you guys know what I'm talking about. Some of this stuff, it takes a long time. And it takes a little bit of time to do this building and whatnot. But there you go. We got our nice little nook going on here. And what are we going to do with it? That's a great question. How are we going to build on it? Well, I almost feel like it's too small. As bad as that sounds. But what I'm kind of thinking is we'll have Blood Magic and Botania down here. Those are my two thought processes. Neither of them explicitly need the sun or moon, kind of like the other ones there. So, like Astral Sorcery and whatnot. So, we should be pretty good to kind of just rein in and do as much as we want down here. You know, and we can expand upon it and all that kind of stuff. So, anyways, that's it for me. I got some more beautifying to do. And I'll catch you all next time. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Really do appreciate it. The likes have been a little bit on the lowest side lately, so I'd like to make sure I bring attention to that and get a little bit more focus going on that type of stuff. So, thank you all so much, and have a good one.